First of all, again, news dropping today, obviously, you know, Midnight Early Access is now live. We're going to get into what that means. Also, Blizzard disabling some ways to level because WoW players are degenerates and they continue to find degenerative ways to ruin this game. So I'm going to get into some of that. We'll talk about a few other things going on, a few guides here that can help you get through midnight. Also, thank you so much, guys, for all the gifted subs and subs going live while I'm not live. Again, I appreciate it. So many of you priming while I'm not online. I can't thank you guys enough. I would shout every single one of you out, but that would kill the whole news segment. So let's just jump straight in here. Ripos, thank you, man, for the 3 months. I appreciate it. And let's just get it straight in here. Midnight Early Access is now live. That means you guys who paid a little bit extra, right? You ain't no peasants. You're putting your money in. Maybe you put that shit on your credit card and you're going to pay that off slowly. But either way, you can now play the game early for 4 days. What does that mean, in fact? Well, a few things you can do right now. Really, early access is about leveling. It's not about power gains or anything like that. So you can level up to 90, explore all the new reimagined zones of Eversong, Woods, Zul'Aman, Harandar, and the Void Storm. You can get some world quests going, renowned tracks started, housing and endeavors, of course. Delve tiers up 1 through 7. Everyone was saying 1 through 4. It's actually 1 through 7, so that's a really nice way to kind of get ahead, actually. And then dungeons, normal and heroic difficulties, and then prey, normal difficulty. Now, I say get ahead, but in reality, delves are not going to reward anybody really anything until bountiful delves kick off, which won't be until the seasonal content kicks off. So you can get them up there and have a good time with it, but in the end, this isn't really about getting ahead. This is about just kind of enjoying the process of leveling. What will be available when the expansion actually launches on March 2nd and 3rd for EU, the Haranir Allied race will finally be available, so you can right now do all the shit required to unlock the Haranir, but you won't be able to until the expansion officially launches. So get ready for it, and then when the expansion launches, you'll get them exactly when the servers go up. Professions and weekly quests, Arcantina. That thing won't be available just yet, but that is your visitor quest. It'll take you all around the old zones of Azeroth. A really cool feature that I'm excited to get into. Prey, the hard difficulty of it, and then Mythic Zero dungeons. This is a new thing. Yes, pre-season will allow you to get into Mythic Zero dungeons. This will be a way to gear out. Now, yes, they're weekly locked, but you're going to have all of the dungeons available from the expansion. So that means I think there's like 8 dungeons that have unlocked for this expansion that you'll be able to do on Mythic Zero. So that means you can do 16 dungeons in total those first 2 weeks, running through them all and getting the best gear possible before actual seasonal content starts to trickle in and kick off. So a cool thing. Again, nothing really too crazy going on in early access other than in leveling and enjoying the story. Speaking of the story, yes, there is a new cinematic, I guess, that kicks off when you log in. I have not seen this yet. I have not reacted to it yet. I don't know what it's about. Maybe I'll post my reaction at the end of this news segment here, but I'm going to log in and see it just like any other regular Andy. He's a man of the people. I like to experience this game like any other people. So I'm going to get in here, log in, witness this, I guess, this Arator Midnight Cinematic. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to check it out, and it's going to be cool, I'm sure. Also, Blizzard removes degenerative ways to level up. Yeah, believe it or not, endeavors, right? The most, what is this? A little housing thing. How bad could it be? People are fucking animals. People found out how to use endeavors to level up, and what they were doing essentially is what this does. Endeavors, turn any open world zones, any old zones, they crank them up because they're meant to be end game content. So what people were doing was using endeavors to crank shit up to max level and then killing shit and completing the endeavor quests and leveling up at a rapid rate. So Blizzard had to shut the back door on that one. They confirmed that Endeavor XP is temporarily disabled for Midnight Early Access, and furthermore, all old world zone scaling for Endeavors will not be allowed for the first month, and will return. The Endeavors will return in general starting in April. So that's right, leveling through Endeavors. I mean, who would have thought? There's no way. Blizzard obviously didn't expect this, but yeah, using old world content, maxing it out because you're running it through an Endeavor, so it's like level 90 content. And you're burning shit down and cranking out levels. Hilarious. And yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. And Blizzard players, WoW players won't touch grass, but damn it, they can find a fucking crack in a sealed wall and figure out a way to get into it. So yeah, that's no longer available. Also, War Mode. All of you big dick Andys out there who play this game like me with war mode on all the time, yeah, this is not going to be as lucrative as you thought. So typically war mode provides a 25 to 40% experience bonus when you're questing with it on, right? So you're walking around war mode on, dick swinging everywhere. That's not going to give you the same bonus as it previously did. So Blizzard now turned it down to 15%. So when you have war mode on out in the open world, as soon as you leave a city, you will see across the board, this will now only be a 15% buff. So still a buff nonetheless. It still can help you level up that much quicker. But it's just, less so. And I think Blizzard saw people just leveling too quick. They didn't want that happening. So they went ahead and disabled it down to 15%. So there you go. Running around with war mode on, I'll probably still do it, maybe, but it's not going to be as lucrative as it once was. Also, honor resets. So talking about PvP real quick, I haven't really touched on PvP and touched my own PP in a while. So this thing really is about how honor and everything's going to play out in the coming days and weeks, and right now in early access. So right now for early access, honor from War Within is set to 0 for all characters. Honor gain is capped at 4,000 per character. Honor gear is not purchasable, and Warband honor is not transferable. So really nothing you could do with PvP in early access time period other than just maybe, I don't know, seeing what the fuck is going on in the different stuff. I don't know if you could do the 40v40 new PvP match. Maybe that's something you can do. Don't quote me on it. But anyways, your honor cap is only set to 4,000. So that'll go up, though, when the expansion actually launches. So when the expansion launches, it will be increased from 4,000 to 15,000 per character on your account. That's your new honor cap. Conquest from the War Within is set to 0 for all characters. Honor gear becomes purchasable. Conquest is not purchasable yet until Season 1 begins, and Warband honor transfers still remain disabled. Then finally, when Season 1 kicks off on March 17th, we will have Warband honor transfers re-enabled. Conquest currency is now obtainable from all characters. Conquest has an initial cap of 1,600, which will be raised by 800 every week. Conquest gear is now purchasable. Bloody tokens from the War Within will be set to 0, but they can now drop from everything that you're doing in PvP. Bloody tokens have an initial cap of 1,600, will increase by 100 per week, just like Conquest. And War Mode gear becomes purchasable. So that's how it's playing out for PvP. I know there's, PvP is very much become a minority kind of thing to play in this game. Not a lot of people are doing it, but as a man of the people, I address the needs of all people. So there you go. That's your PvP layout. Best talents and builds. Yes, the talents have been reset in terms of how it's all looking right now. We have our new Apex talent, and we have a bunch more talent points that we're getting, right, as we're leveling up. So here you go. These are your guides for every single class. Best in-slot talents. You got your best Mythic Plus talent builds, your best Delves / open world builds, and then your just kind of best general builds overall. For every single class here, you just copy these, paste them in the game. I'll copy this and link this in chat down below, and it'll be down below the YouTube video as well. When you're watching this one live on YouTube, just open up the little menu down there and scroll down. You'll see this link. So go ahead, copy and paste your talents in, boys and girls, and get ready to fill out that final Apex talent. There's no real choices there. You just click and fill it out completely for every single spec that you're running. Also, we know there's no more Renown track in Raid, and people were wondering yesterday. So Blizzard announced this like less than 24 hours before early access went out. Oh yeah, by the way, there's no Renown track in Raid this time around, and we had Renown track throughout the War Within. That was a new feature, right? Well, it's been pulled, and that was really the way to incrementally raise your power level as you're in Raid. Besides gearing out, that was giving us a 3% buff every couple weeks in the raid to kind of soft nerf the raid as we were going through. So that's no longer going to be a thing. But Blizzard has now confirmed that they are still going to give us a way to slowly buff up. They said that previously, with the removal of Raid Track Renown, we would like to share our goal of keeping an eye on seeing how player progression is going, and will support players' progression. We will indeed have a stacking raid buff over time that will kick in via a quest completion about a month after the raid opens. This will provide some incremental power increases for players through it's kind of the same way they saw in the War Within. So yeah, this is basically the kill every single boss. Every time you kill a boss, you get some sort of piece of currency or whatever, and then you get 8 of them, 7 of them, whatever it is. It usually was about getting halfway through the raid, and then you turn in that quest and you get a little bit of a buff. And then there's a great catch-up mechanic for that. People who come in later, usually you can only do one of those per week or one whenever it's unlocked. Their catch-up mechanic is you can just continually turn that quest in over and over if you're behind a little bit. Kyango's coming in with the 5-month 5 months of priming. Thank you so much, man. Hey, Sam, I have a question about Ramadan. If you are fasting and you fall on a shawarma with extra tahini falls into your mouth, do you break your fast? It's a good question. It's a good question. No, you don't. You don't. You just, you don't swallow, you spit. Okay, here we go. Moving on. 45 mounts will be available. Okay, 45 mounts will be available at the start of this expansion. Now, there's some seasonal reward mounts that obviously you can't get yet. Things like, you know, AOTC and all that shit. So you can't get those mounts just yet. And Keystone Master, all that crap. But there's 45 mounts in total that have gone live with Midnight. Tons of crazy mounts coming out. We can look at some of these real quick. There are mounts that are available actually through Raid Renown, or I should say Silver Moon, Court, and all these other different new reputation grinds that you're going to be doing. Some decent ones here and some all right things to get. So some of these you'll be able to get just via grinding out, you know, those tracks and things. Don't forget to go to the Dark Moon Fair, by the way, and get the reputation / XP buff. Make sure you do that. That thing kicks off on, I think it's Sunday or Monday. So make sure you get that Dark Moon Fair buff so you can start getting closer to getting some of these mounts. As far as all the mounts go, like I said before, 45 mounts in total. There are a ton of mounts to get from this stuff. Some really cool ones. Some that are right. The prey system's giving us different worms that you can get. These are really cool, dynamic looking new mounts here. As I said before, you know, you got your new Keystone mounts and stuff. So this is your 2,000 Keystone mount rewards. They've got the little Vulture Boy here. And then you got your really nice Keystone Legend one, the albino version. This is actually really fucking cool. I'm probably going to go for 3K on this season. I haven't done that in a little while here, but I'm probably going to do that. You got a couple other mounts here. Some of these mounts that are just going to be essentially given away to you just for going through the opening quests. I mean, there's one here, right here. This one, just for completing Arator's journey. Everybody's going to get a pally-looking mount, man. Look at this thing. Glorious. Indeed, Scarlet, a shield on the front. It's a great-looking mount. You'll get this just for completing the Arator's journey. A bunch of other mounts to be had from this expansion. Obviously, we got the one for the Delves and everything else. So some cool-looking mounts for sure. Man, I mean, who doesn't want the new Ashes mount? Yeah, look at this thing. Glorious. Yeah, so some cool-looking mounts. As I said before, 45 in total. A lot of these will basically just be given to you, you know, via your typical ways. You got your mounts from Keystone Master and stuff like that. The Delvers, double question mark boss and stuff. So nothing too crazy in terms of how you're going to earn these. Some of them just given away thanks to completing the quest lines. And overall, some really cool stuff coming out at Midnight. Fun stuff. If I react, I'll post that here at the end of the news here. But for now, that is all in terms of news. It's time to get into fucking Midnight. Let's go. Okay, here we go. All right, this is new. I have not seen. Damn, look how she's just floating there. Oh, shit.
There you are.
She's happy with some of them.
You can feel it, can't you, Arator? Son of Turalian. Something is amiss.
Damn. Get the things burnt up and everything in his
so
arm.
Confident in the light you wield.
Oh, he just healed.
Have your eyes finally been opened? You fight with such conviction, but your light
Man, the battle's
will
intense.
betray you. In your darkest moment, when you need it most, your light will turn to wrath.
Holy shit.
And all you'll be left with is ashes.
Oh my god, that was badass.
So tell me, Arator, son of Ilaria. Can you
Hold it
feel
together, Arator. Man up, hold it together. And the quality's amazing on this. Damn. Oh my god, that was amazing. Oh my god.
I'm still not sure what happened in that moment. But I'll have to worry about it later.
It's
We have
about that
lives to
light
save.
blindness and shit. So just quick take on that. I know some people are going to already bitch about, oh my god, is he crying in the middle of battle? You know what? Like, people get fucking, believe it or not, war can be kind of emotional at times, right? You're in the middle of a fucking battle scene, chopping people down. He's kind of, it looks like he's kind of conflicted with the light's power overwhelming him, right? We already know about light blindness and all that shit going down. That's going to be a theme here. So Arator looked like he's experiencing some of that. That freaking Super Saiyan power-up was unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was really freaking cool. You ready for some fat lore? I am. I'm really excited for the lore going forward here. That cinematic was unreal. The fight scenes, badass. The use of the light and the way the inscriptions on his armor were burnt up. Oh my god. Really cool stuff. I like that. We're going to see, I guess, more from Arator going forward. Nice cinematic, though. Really cool shit. He didn't see like he was crying. 100% agree. He was conflicted. Yeah, it was just a conflict of... He's worried that what Xalatet's saying is true. It's kind of fucking with his head a little bit. That's what it is. By the way, the quality of that cinematic was unreal. Unreal. This was very like, that was very much a Battle for Azeroth level cinematic. Is Solanz's foul? It is. Fucking legend. He was clearly able to handle himself there in that battle. I don't think he's worried about a lack of power. What's going on? Xalatet's playing a smart game, right?
Always use another death.
Well, gifting us only, Cam. Thank you for the gifted sub, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Xalatet's playing a really smart game.
Suffer no more.
She knows a lot of things, right? She probably knows Arator.
Always use another
Jay-Z,
death.
for coming in with a Prime sub. Thank you, man. Thank you for using your Prime here. I really do appreciate that. As I was saying, she probably knows Arator is very strong and maybe a worthy opponent. And so how do you get to somebody who you know is extremely powerful? Make him question that power is a bad thing. And then you'll lessen his ability to use it. So Arator popping off, and he's kind of holding back because he's worried that what Xalatet is saying is true, that if he goes full-blown, full Super Saiyan power off, that it's gonna ruin him in a bad way. Something's gonna happen to his mind, he's gonna get taken over, some kind of weird shit's gonna go down. So another, 5D chess play by Xalatet. Clearly she was on the battlefield looking for him, right? She goes, there you are.
Allow the light.
She knew who he was, obviously. Really cool cinematic. I like that a lot. Nice one.